Yes, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, there is something very important happening in Burkina Faso. While many people across Africa and the rest of the world are busy focusing on what is happening in Venezuela, something serious unfolded last night in Burkina Faso. Another attempted coup was reportedly launched, and it failed. While global attention was fixed elsewhere, a different kind of struggle was unfolding in Burkina Faso. In the dead of night, a planned operation allegedly aimed at overthrowing President Captain Ibrahim Traoré was set in motion. At around 1 a.m., gunshots were reportedly heard near the presidential palace in Ouagadougou. According to circulating reports, this was part of a secret operation organized by remnants of the former regime. Their alleged objective was to remove the leader of Burkina Faso's current revolutionary transition. The reported target was Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Sources claim the plan involved attempts to eliminate key military commanders, take control of strategic state installations, and create nationwide instability. The intention, according to these reports, was to weaken the country from within. However, the planners did not anticipate what happened next. News of the attempted coup spread rapidly, and so did the reaction of the people. In the middle of the night, thousands of citizens poured into the streets. Men, women, and even young people marched toward the presidential palace. They did not come out in fear. They came out in defense of their leadership. This was not an ordinary protest. This was a population standing guard over what they consider their revolution. A revolution driven by hope, dignity, and inspired by the historical spirit of Thomas Sankara. The message from the people was clear. They would not allow history to repeat itself. Reports now circulating suggest that the failed coup attempt was linked to individuals associated with the former transitional leadership, the same leadership that Captain Ibrahim Traoré removed from power in 2022. One name frequently mentioned in these reports is Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, who is currently believed to be outside the country. Some sources claim that coordination may have taken place remotely, allegedly involving insiders and economic operators with access to strategic influence. The alleged objective was to fracture the military structure, create confusion, and open space for instability that could be exploited by external interests. Some intelligence discussions circulating online also suggest that certain foreign-backed actors may have hoped to provide logistical or operational support. These claims remain part of ongoing discussions and investigations. What is confirmed, however, is this. The coup attempt failed. Arrests were reportedly made. The drone-based commander survived. Key installations remained under state control. Burkina Faso stood firm. This moment will go down in African history not just as a failed coup attempt, but as a powerful reminder that Africa is no longer silent. A new generation of leaders and citizens is emerging. A generation that refuses to bow to fear, pressure, or betrayal. Captain Ibrahim Traoré is not protected only by soldiers. He is protected by the people. And history has shown us one truth. When people rise together, no force can easily overpower them. This is what many describe as Pan-African power. Burkina Faso has spoken, and the world is watching. Subscribe for bold truth, fearless voices, and a united Africa, because the revolution may not always be televised, but it will be recorded. Hello, Africa, brothers and sisters of this great continent. While Africans and the rest of the world are focused on Venezuela, something serious happened in Burkina Faso. Another attempted coup reportedly failed last night. There was an alleged plot against Captain Ibrahim Traoré, but thanks to intelligence efforts and the unity of the people of Burkina Faso, the attempt was foiled. We must ask ourselves, why now? Why are forces attempting to destabilize Africa at this moment? They understand very well that today, much of Africa's inspiration and confidence is centered around leaders like Captain Ibrahim Traoré and his counterparts in the Sahel region. Their goal is simple: weaken Africa by removing leaders who promote sovereignty, unity, and control over national resources. This is not the first time since Captain Ibrahim Traoré came to power and joined regional alliances. While taking steps toward national resource control, certain external interests have been uncomfortable. What they fear is not one man. They fear the spread of an idea, the idea that Africa can stand on its own. They fear what some call the awakening of Africa. They have seen examples across the continent. They have seen movements that inspire people to think differently. If this spirit continues to spread, Africa could become stronger, more united, and more independent. That is what they fear. History teaches us that this pattern did not start today. Africa has seen leaders removed when they spoke about unity and independence. In Congo, Patrice Lumumba was removed. In Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. In Togo, Sylvanus Olympio was assassinated. In Mozambique, Samora Machel died in a Mysterious plane crash. In Rwanda, the continent witnessed devastating genocide. In Zimbabwe, sanctions were imposed to limit progress. In Libya, Muammar Gaddafi was removed after proposing African unity and a shared currency. These events remind us that when Africa attempts to rise together, resistance often follows. Today, similar pressures appear to be directed toward Burkina Faso. But there is a difference now. The people are aware. Young people in Burkina Faso did not stay silent. When they heard about the attempted coup, they came out in their thousands. Their message was simple. If anything is to happen to their leadership, it will not happen quietly. This unity is why Captain Ibrahim Traoré remains standing. People do not support him simply because he is young. They support him because he inspires responsibility. He inspires Africans, especially young Africans, to believe that they can build their own future. Under this new spirit, we have seen important changes. Young Africans are building roads. They are investing in agriculture. They are engaging in local manufacturing. They are exploring technology, including drones and innovation. The message is clear. Africa does not need to wait for outsiders to define its future. As many say, those who control food control people. That is why food security matters. Burkina Faso's focus on feeding itself represents independence. This is what creates fear among those who benefit from dependency. If Africa unites economically and politically, many challenges can be addressed: insecurity, hunger, unemployment, and forced migration. Disunity weakens us, unity strengthens us. Today, many young Africans risk their lives, crossing deserts and seas, not because Africa lacks resources, but because systems are divided. The solution is cooperation. If African nations work together, terrorism loses space. If African economies integrate, hunger can be reduced. If African voices unite, the world listens. International systems often favor strength. Unity creates strength. So brothers and sisters, this is the message. Africa's survival depends on unity. No external power will save us if we do not support one another. No foreign nation will build Africa for Africans. What happened in Burkina Faso is a reminder and a warning. If Africa remains divided, it remains vulnerable. If Africa unites, it becomes unstoppable. Let us learn from history. Let us protect progress. Let us stand together. This is not about one country. This is about a continent. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay united. Mama Africa!